Guys, we have a treat today. We have Dr. Matia Renti in the house early this morning. Thank you so much for coming up, Dr. Rentia.
Yes, thanks for having me. You guys call me Matea. I'm so glad to.
Matea, okay.
I love that you guys are walking. I would normally be walking too, but it's pitch black out by me too.
This, it's okay. It's okay. I just walk around the parking lot of my apartment complex.
Totally.
And it's so crazy that my neighbors are always like pulling over. I see you out here every morning and you just inspire me. I'm telling you,
I know.
my neighbors are watching.
I know. I walk around the little cul-de-sac because I'm like, no one, and some people have their window open. I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm crazy because I'm talking to my friends.
Right, me too. Me too. But say your first name one more time for me.
Matea.
Matea, okay. So we have Dr. Matea, who is a board certified obesity doctor, right?
Yeah.
And she and I follow her because what I love about Matea is she doesn't just focus on the number of the scale. Like it's overall. She has a whole 5-part series on mindfulness and why it matters, and she also suggests books.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your journey so far.
So I was overweight my entire life, right? Like literally, you can look kindergarten. I'm overweight in the photos, right? So overweight my whole life, despite family really trying great foods in the house. Like it wasn't like we were eating junk all day long, right? So like stories, people, right? And so basically, I think my story really starts about 6 years ago. So my son is 5 years old now, but got pregnant with him 6 years ago. And in that pregnancy, I find out, oh, your sugars are up. And so I know, okay, I've got, overnight, 2 weeks into the pregnancy, everything has to change, right? But the real thing was once I had him, life was so hard. I was in a body that was close to 300 pounds. It was like I just could hardly take care of him, myself, like all the things. And so I was like, okay, something has to change. But I knew that counting calories really never worked, right? Like I knew, okay, it would look for a period, but then weight right back on. So anyway, long story short, I find some coaching, I find other work, then I find medications, I do all that stuff. But the point is that I think I really came to understand within my own clinic, it's not just like, here, eat this food, or here's a medication. It's really like everything together, and it's different for everyone is the problem, right? So when doctors are like, this is our protocol and here's what we're going to do. I mean, there are some basics like, okay, protein is pretty universally understood that we need it to hold our muscle. But the problem is a lot of us can be healthy at different sizes. Our lives all look different. We don't have access all to the same things. Some of us, like I'll give you an example. For me, I actually have a genetic mutation where I'm a hyper responder to stress. So like cortisol levels and things, right? So to me, I'm like, why sometimes at the end of the day do I feel like I've been run over by a bus and everyone else in the family's fine? Like they're all good.
Right.
Like they're like, nothing much happened. And so I just started to really work with that and like listen to patients and then see this, see that, see, what can we do? And so it's a lifelong thing is the problem with overweight and obesity. And I like to medicalize it because a lot of it is just physiologic. We didn't pick it. It's not, it's about 70% genetically influenced. We're seeing the nice thing is with the gut microbiome, which is like, think about the ecosystem in our gut, right? There's tons of microbes there, actually more than even human cells. So we're seeing that we actually have a lot of control over as far as what we eat and what we do. So I'm like, okay, that's inspiring, right? But it's a lot of work. And I found it was interesting. The other day, I felt I was the day after my shot. I felt extremely tired that day and I didn't want to do my walk. And I was like, no, you're gonna do it. And if after 5 days you feel that, head back. But it's like every day, it's like you have to like remotivate and revitalize. Like you're talking about, right? Like every day you have to like tap back into the source, right? It doesn't just like continue on its own. The meds are helpful, but again, it's like that's usually not the singular fix when I'm kind of talking to people.
Right. And so like you said, you have to motivate yourself over and over and over again. And it is not just about the number on the scale. What I love about you and your content, you mentioned the other day about kind of like myths in our community, right? And so you mentioned someone said, okay, well, it's okay to give yourself a full injection 72 hours later. And you were like, well, where'd you get that from?
I know, it was like, it's suddenly, by the way, it's so funny with TikTok things. One person says it and then it's like, it's fact, it's true. And then like the thousands of accounts are saying it, right?
Right.
So yeah, I was like, please don't do that.
And I was like, no, because somebody told me to do that. I felt so attacked when you said that. I was like, she's talking to me, because I was like, someone said, but I've only been on brand, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that people that are on compound are able to do that, because like with MJ, once you put it in, that's it. But with compound, you can kind of like give yourself your own.
And that's the scary thing, right? Because people feel a little bit sort of empowered to like do random things that haven't been studied.
Right.
I'll say I had questions, because that was a long time ago when I heard that comment. I thought it was maybe, so with the auto injector pens, every so often they misfire, right? Like you're like,
right,
it tripped down. I don't know if I got it. It didn't. The pen didn't come out. You know, that can happen, right? So then if you call the pharmacy, they might say, hey, if within so many hours, within so many days, you don't feel like you've had anything, they'll give you guidelines, right? But yeah, right. You've already had a shot. We're not going to retake one within a few days. No, please. And I'm always like, talk to your doctor.
Right. And what I also liked is, like, with my PCP, she just wrote the prescription, right?
Yeah.
And this was back in November of 22. I didn't start until March of 23 because I was scared. I had never given myself an injection. So it sat at the pharmacy, it sat in the refrigerator.
Yep.
But I felt that when you said that, like, they don't always have the time to do the follow-up.
Yep.
But what I feel, though, too, is it seems like from the people that I talk to that the telehealth doctors are putting more care into their patients than like the traditional going to the doctor.
It's just a different thing. So I want to tell you, like, okay, when we're talking telehealth obesity medicine practices, right? That's all they're doing. Like, they're only helping you with the meds. They're making nutrition ideas. I'm kind of on my people about, have we started strength training, right? Like they're hydration, right? We're like on these different things. The primary care doctors, by the way, they're amazing. I'm not ever going to throw primary care.
Right.
I was primary care before. I know how much they're dealing with. They just don't have the time to be like, every month come in here. Every month we check in. Message me in between. They literally don't have the bandwidth for it, right?
Right.
In my mind, as long as whoever it is, as long as they know what's going on with you, when something goes on, they can answer you back within a day. Like, that's my main thing.
Okay.
Like, if you're sitting there and you're nauseous or having something new happening, like, a lot of times people are getting amazing education out here, but every single time it's insane what I'm hearing. Like, the constipation regimens, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gut long term. But I'm not going to say anything because, again, I'm not giving medical advice to people that aren't my patients. But as long as this person is there for you, like, can you message them? Can they answer you back? Do they have a nurse to talk to? Like, we just want that stream to be open, because I know everyone doesn't have access to maybe pay, a monthly service or this or that.
Right.
But just, are you getting the help that you need? Because here's the thing, you're going to need it long term. This is not going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. This is going to be years. And by the way, people reach maintenance and then they're like, I'm good. I don't. Listen, the longest I ever go without seeing someone in my clinic is 6 months. 6 months. Even
really?
Yeah. Like, I've had a lady that, I can think of many, but she has been at maintenance for a really long time. She's doing great, all the things, skin removal surgery, all of it. Okay, listen, 6 months is how long we go, because things just change. Things happen.
Right.
Then they know you. So when something does happen, it's not like, a year and a half ago, they don't know you anymore at that point. You need to stay in the ecosystem. They need to know who you are. I'm sorry, it's a relationship. They need to know who you are.
You're right. So I'm being nosy right now. If you've experienced constipation, what's your go-to?
Me? Okay, I will tell you, anyone's going to experience constipation on these meds if they're not on top of it. So the same things I see online, like I'm fanatic about my fluids. Okay, so we're here at 6:30, right? Like, or whatever.
Right.
Okay, so protein drink with the coffee and the water. So my hydration in. Every day I'm moving. I'm sorry, I know the movement helps, period. Like,
intentional movement.
Things moving. Okay. And then fiber. So technically the guidelines for women are at least 25 grams or more. If you're a man listening, it's 38 or more per day, grams per day. Most people, when I do their audits, they're like 10, maybe 15. But universally, people are not getting enough fiber. We have a very processed diet, which is, again, it's just the way it is. So I think I get 40 plus grams of fiber per day. Like, it's insane, but it's because it all has a low carb tortilla and it has a bunch in there.
Oh, okay.
I like they sell it at Walmart. It's called fitness bread. It's this dark rye bread. It's, I think, 10 grams of fiber per slice. So there's ways to get this stuff in, or the Better Bagel. Those are like 33 grams of fiber. The reason they do this, it offsets the carbs. So it helps those of us that are...
Sorry, Dr. B. That's when we normally stop and do squats.
Oh,
but
okay.
Keep going.
You want to do squats? I don't
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. No. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So I do a lot of fiber, but then the other thing that I'll do, there are some little fiber packets that have like psyllium husk in them, magnesium glycinate, probiotic. I will do those, not every day, but I'll do it like the day before my shot, the day of my shot, the day after. That's if I feel like I need extra. But if I'm doing those other things, I'm very blessed with not struggling too much with the constipation. That's me personally. So I know some people need to do even more magnesium, Miralax, other different things, whatever it takes for you. It's different for everybody.
Okay. So I'm a Miralax girly. I call it Monday Miralax. So I do Miralax normally in my coffee or in my tea in the morning, right? But also, I do Kiala, the Kiala greens. I do that also. But then I added on chia seeds and flax seeds in my yogurt.
That's it.
So I noticed such a difference in the number. Like, this is Team TMI because we tell way too much of our information. But I noticed from 1 time a day to 3 times a day once I added the chia seeds and the flax seeds.
So what you're talking about, there's a difference between soluble versus insoluble fiber. And so when people are screwing around all day long with the fiber gummies and the even the Mission tortillas and stuff, it's not like whole-based fiber. That's the only way I can describe it. So when you're getting flax, chia, other good sources, avocado, 1 avocado, 10 grams of fiber, right? So if we said we're trying to get to 25, now you might not eat a whole darn avocado, but that's really good. Berries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, those are high. Beans, right? Chickpeas, blackberries, that kind of stuff. So when you're actually getting that, other thing, fruit like apple peels have pectin in them, right? Or fruit in general. So that brings water into the gut, and then you actually get good bowel movement. So you don't just want, the problem with Miralax, it mushes, but it doesn't push. So it's like I always say to people, like, switch up the different types of foods that you're eating and stuff, because suddenly you're going to be like, I don't know if you've heard this one, but one kiwi a day, it's the equivalent of a serving of Miralax a day. So if you
really, I didn't know that. But I'm actually, me personally, I'm allergic to kiwi. It makes me itch. It makes me itch. But no, okay. So next question. I would like to know your thoughts and feelings on lipotropic BNC in the community.
There's not a good evidence base behind it. Like, there's not like, oh, there's this study that shows this or that. But here's the thing, there's nothing bad in them. So if you feel good on them and you're taking them, look, there's nothing wrong with some B vitamin, a choline, all the different ingredients that are in there. So my thing is, like, if you feel good with it, amazing. I don't do it within my clinic or sell it just because, again, like, when there's not an evidence base behind something, I don't typically promote it. But again, there's I will tell you, most women, perimenopause, menopause. So really any woman over the age of 35, 40, heading up, things like that, B vitamins are very much so needed. So a lot of these things are actually solving issues that are already needed. And so if you feel good on it, amazing, awesome.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Samorlin in women?
So here's the thing. Again, I will say, when things are like a little bit out of my lane, I don't know the evidence base behind it. So like when I don't have studies on things and stuff like that. So there's this functional medicine community where they're like trying a lot of different things. I'm not even saying they're not right. Okay. I just, when I don't have when I can't be like, here are the studies, here's the thing, I'm not prescribing it all day long. But again, it's just not something that I use within my practice.
Okay, because when I brought it up to my PCP, she was just like, listen, I am not in the business of suggesting that you take anything that's not board certified or FDA approved.
I want to say,
and I was like, okay.
I'm sort of in that camp, but I want to give a caveat to this. We are always behind on things. Okay. So like when we go through all these studies and stuff, it's like we're 10, 20 years behind on medicine all the time. And so I grew up in a family where there actually was a lot of what we call functional medicine, alternative, holistic medicine, because here's what's happening. People, excuse my language, feel like shit. Okay. So they're feeling horrible. The conventional system taps out. There's nothing left to offer them. Okay. And then it's like, but there's this whole other world of natural
Right.
that are not patented, that we do know help, all those things. But what's so frustrating to me out here is that people are just peddling things in really dramatic ways. They don't have any knowledge with it. And that's what scares me, is like, you don't know what you're buying. Is it actually what's on the label? So it's this whole world that just needs to be navigated correctly. So if you have someone that actually knows what they're doing, that's good, you know?
Right. What are your feelings on, okay, so we normally ask this question to the community. If someone was starting their journey today, what is the one piece of advice that you would give them before they started?
Oh, that is such a good question. Okay, I need to like come to these calls. Are these only every Friday or are these every day that you guys do these?
Every day.
Okay.
Even
all right,
Saturday.
All right, I'm gonna try. Okay, listen, I'm walking up the stage. You're gonna see me more. Participant. All right, okay, here's what I would say. You're gonna start with whatever you're gonna do, but you are often gonna reevaluate, is this working for me or not? So you, every day or week, you're gonna recheck in. Do I like it? Am I feeling good? What can I change? I always say, what's working? What do I wanna keep? What do I wanna toss? What do I wanna change? You all the time are gonna change. You're gonna pivot, you're gonna change, every time you're not gonna say, well, this is what the doctor said, and this is what I'm told, and this is what my friend's doing. Listen, throw your friend out the door for a moment. This is you, put your blinders on. It is your path. And it's gonna be so different for you. You might do a protein drink or not. You might like this or not. You might like walking here. This is or talking in the morning, right? But other people, they're sleeping right now. They maybe they're night owls. Like I go to bed at 9 o'clock, right? So you're gonna stay in your own lane. You're not gonna accept defeat ever. Because even if you can't see the scale moving down, oftentimes your health is improving. All these things are happening, and you cannot accept. Like, you cannot allow the negativity in. You just can't. I know it's so hard. Every day, you got to re-tank up. I'm going to do this. That would be my advice, because it's a long journey. It really is. It
is. And I thank you for that. I know you're seeing patients today. And I just have one more question. You did a taste test for the key lime. And I was like, are they really good?
They are. Okay, listen, I'm not even associated with them, okay? I don't even have like an affiliate code, okay? So they are so freaking good. I hope if you guys try them, you like them, but I will tell you the top of them, like when you eat them, has a really key lime, like almost like this much of like a custardy key limey type of thing on it.
Really?
It is so good. I am such a critic of these bars, okay? So like there's a lot I like, but then I know the birthday cake one failed and I don't know what else.
Yeah. That one was not good.
The chocolate almond one, the white chocolate almond one, my friend gave me one. Oh my God, was that bad? Oh my God.
I'm not a white chocolate girly.
No, but okay, but I will tell you these. That's why I was worried to try these, but I love key lime. By the way, it wasn't even a sales video. Like it wasn't even linked to anything.
It wasn't. No, you were just unboxing.
No, it was literally, no. And so don't judge me. I went and bought a few more boxes. Literally my family, they took half. They were like, oh my God, it's good. So yeah, you know it's good. So.
Okay. Yeah. The final question, I promise. Are you a TikTok shop girly? And what was the last thing you brought from TikTok shop?
Oh my gosh, I am beyond a TikTok shop person. Like it's a problem. Like, cause it's so funny when I'm being shown videos. I'm like, listen, if it's sell it to me. Okay, the last thing, I'm in this phase of, so my son is 5. We're working on letters and numbers and all the things. They have so many, this is gonna sound so dumb, but maybe someone's listening that has a young kid. It's in my TikTok shop because I love it. It's a little mystery box where they pull out a plastic toy and then whatever the letter of that word. So we'll say like apple, A, and then there's a board and you put that little toy on the board. And so he's learning like that number goes with anyway, that letter goes with this. So that's the last thing I bought, but I get everything through there. Like everything.
You do? So you are a TikTok shop girly.
Because you know what? I don't know about you guys, but they track it really well. You get the confirmation. You get it's showing up.
You do.
Like,
You do.
I don't know. So, and also sometimes it might be $1 or $2 more, but like I feel like the I'll give you an example. There's that chocolate bar I tried recently, the pistachio
Right.
buy one, which by the way, oh my gosh, was it good? So I went to reorder it. TikTok shop was sold out. I go to their actual website and order, right? Do you know, like 5 days later, they message me, oh, we by accident canceled your order. Can you reorder it?
What?
I'm thinking this took a lot of time for me to find your website and to order. And then literally TikTok shop restocked and I could just do it and be done. And that doesn't happen with TikTok shop. So I've had a good experience. Have you had a good experience with TikTok shop?
I have. I haven't had any bad experiences with TikTok shop at all.
Yeah.
So like I said, I know you're seeing patients today. What is it one thing that you want people to know about this entire journey? Like if you could just leave them with something for motivation.
Okay, it's never about your weight. Okay, so stop caring that the scale doesn't go down that day. It's never about your weight. It is about all the things, and you need to celebrate it. You need to be like, I did a walk today. I drank some water. You need to build those things up because it's, again, I just say it's a long journey. It's for life. It feels like it never ends. And so you can do this. And you need to stop focusing on the scale. I know it's hard, but with time you can get there where you stop like making that be the only thing that you care about and define yourself with.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on and give us these tips and tricks. If you're not following Dr. Rentia, please give her a follow. You are welcome back.
Thank
any
you so
morning.
Much. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna get off of here, get on my walk and attend as a listener. I love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, guys.